This is our last lesson for Project 1, and here again is my full piece where I've markered in my 3 values, and you can see how I left these large white areas so that it feels more luminous. I've added these 3 value number 3 as a transition value to soften the contrast between the black and the white. I also used it in the reflected light and in the cast shadows to create a transition tone. Next I want to talk about the border. Now I've created a rectangular border for my piece. I left the marker open a little bit to give a sense of that woodblock carving sort of texture, and that relates to my apples. So when you choose your border, choose a border that has a relationship to the way you've rendered your apples, okay? Don't create something that seems foreign to the quality that you have in your piece. So I've left it slightly open, not too open, but just a little bit so you can see the technique. I created white squares in the corners as sort of a little detail. Now when we reflect on Dow's apple design, he used a Chinese brush and ink to create his border. So there's this flowing sense of softness around it, and you'll notice that the corners are slightly curved. So that's a possibility too. And lastly, let me just talk about the background. Now the background, I used a ruler, and I used my micron number 5. And I just used the ruler and created these lines. If you notice, the lines are not solid. They don't go from the top all the way to the bottom. I created like a rhythm here. I mean, okay, these are short, these are a little longer, this one ends shorter. I created this random sense of the parallel lines, okay? White space against dark. Add a little detail here, white space, again, the same kind of lines. So I might have started the line, I stopped the line, started it again, and continued down. That just adds a sense of softness and variety and sort of a little shimmer to it. All right, and for the table design, I just did this by hand to give it more of a sketch feeling. But I kept to the direction of the tabletop. All right, and this is also emphasized in the cast shadows, so there's a relationship there. Okay, so when you do your background, don't make it too heavy. Leave it nice and airy. You can leave white against the dark, or you can add your 3rd value against a dark. But you definitely need your 3rd value if one of these apples is light against the background.